Ms. Ritu Sanghi, Mr. Rajesh Ranjan, Mr. Rajat Mendi Ratta and Mr. Pranjal Srivastava as panelists with Ms. Anubha Agrawal as moderator, where Mr. Pranjal discussed entrepreneurship in collaboration with experimentalism. While talking about
Pranjal, my next question is to you. Research says that 9 out of 10 startups fail. So let's start with the start. Why does it fail?
Awesome. So I start with failure, right? Thank you for giving that question. Hi everybody. So basically, entrepreneurship, like already Rajesh and Rajat have already talked about, right? Entrepreneurship is about experimenting. I mean, earlier on, like scientists would carry out a lot of experiments. Many of them would fail, right? And they would not be judged, right? For example, Thomas Alva Edison once said, I found 10,000 ways to figure 10,000 ways that do not work. I'm still working on, finding that one way that would work for me, right? So entrepreneurship is something very similar, where you basically experiment, you figure out that one way that it will work, right? And not bogged down by those 10,000 or 100,000 failures that you face, right? So that's where I think, and entrepreneurship for me is basically about a mindset change. For example, as a student as well, let's say you fail in one test, right? Would you be happy about it? No, you would not. Your parents would be really angry about it, right? But then if you realize that what you did wrong in that test and what you should change based on that for the next test, and you improve on that particular thing over a period of time, you become one of the best students, right? So entrepreneurship is a mindset change where you basically learn from your failures. I mean, like for example, right now Rajesh was saying somebody was growing strawberries, right? People around him would judge him that he failed. First time it didn't work, second time it didn't work. Maybe it would not have worked for hundreds of times, right? And people around him, it will be very difficult for them to change their mindset. But that one guy who's doing that experiment, he has to realize that what he is into and what he's trying to achieve. Once he does that, then everybody around him will start see the change in the mindset. So we are in a metro city where a lot of startups are coming up. Some of them are getting successful as well. So we know that failures for an entrepreneur is a very small thing. You learn from that and then you move on. That's what I would say.
Thank you, Pranjal. Pranjal, my question is to you. So, Eli Lilly, an American pharmaceutical company, they started long back holding failure parties to have intelligent experiments and not stigmatize failure. It kind of blends into what we just spoke of also. And do you suggest we need to follow suit?
So the example that you gave, right, there is a very simple example from Google, right? They have a company called Moonshot Factory. I don't know how many of you have heard about it. So Moonshot Factory is basically, you come up with like completely weird ideas. For example, that loan project, I don't know if you guys have heard about it, right? That they would beam down internet from a balloon, right? So that was one of the products so they come up with like very weird ideas like these, right? And they have engineers working there who have to prove that this idea would not work. And whoever is able to prove it first gets a raise, gets to the next level, right? So that is a model. I don't know how many of you us can adopt it, but that model would, like ultimately, if somebody launches a product, goes to the market, tries it for a long time, and then they fail, then there's so much cost and time associated with it, right? But if you like immediately, you assign the engineers to make it fail, figure out something that would make this project fail, and give them raise based on that, then you can try these completely new things, and that would become the culture of the company, right? So within CodeFire, for example, as well, we work with a lot of different clients, right? And obviously, because we are humans, sometimes people would make mistakes, right? So which is where I tell them, I am somebody, I am the owner of the company, I am standing behind you. Like every mistake that you do, ultimately it's my problem. So there's a concept called extreme ownership, right? Anything that goes wrong in my company is because of me. Unless I take that ownership, I would not get into the mindset of thinking of how to solve the problem. I would keep thinking about blaming people about it, right? So for customers, yes, I've made a mistake, and then we do an internal meeting and figure out what went wrong, and then based on one project, we tell all of the teams as well, this kind of So for example, on Saturdays, for example, today, in the second half in our company, we'll have that kind of meeting where whatever failed in last 1 month, we'll talk about it, we'll figure out what the solutions we applied, and then others will learn from it. And the person who's done it, a little bit of that, we cannot be obviously as large as Google is doing it, but that's how we try to incentivize, coming upfront with the issues that you created and getting it solved, and that's what.
I am completely encouraged. You can tell me when can I join you.
Sure, yeah.
So we'll move on to you. A note I would like to say that we've spoken of failures and learnings from them, but sometimes learning from failure might not be as good as learning from success. Is there something that you would like to share? Any valuable lesson that you've learned from success? Any one of you can take it up if you want to.
Success for one gives you a lot of fame, gives you a lot of confidence to try again, right? From failure, you would need help of your community, other people, right? To lift you back up and get started again, right? But success is the biggest confidence booster. Once you're successful, like society looks at you in a different way, you become a little happier and you get to the next venture and stuff. So yeah.
So it's like an adrenaline rush and you keep going.
Oh, absolutely right. Yeah, but then like my final thing would be मंजिल तो मिल ही जाएगी भटक के ही सही गुमराह तो वो है जो घर से निकले ही नहीं राइट
Absolutely.
Get out there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That was, I think, there was no other way of closing this better. But I would like to say that whenever you're feeling low, remember not just the examples of people you can relate to who are sitting here today. Mr. Rajesh Ranjan, Mr. Pranjal Srivastava.
Curated by the team of IMS today of the panelists, and the session came to an end with a vote of thanks presented by Mr. Gaurav Mittal.